What's going on, new Black Wall Street family? Listen, this week could get very interesting. We've got Walmart earnings, Target, Home Depot, Lowe's, Alibaba, Analog Devices. We've got the Federal Reserve dropping the July FOMC Minutes Wednesday at 2 p.m. And while all of that is happening, we've still got major geopolitical tensions surrounding Iran and the Strait of Hormuz, with oil prices elevated. So the market is about to get information on the consumer, the housing market, inflation, interest rates, semiconductors, and oil. And I've picked out 5 earnings stocks that I believe have some of the strongest setups for an outsized options move this week. Last week, we got more evidence that inflation has been cooling, but we also saw weakness in consumer spending. July retail sales fell 0.6%. Now this week, we're going straight to the source. Instead of just looking at economic reports, we're going to hear from some of the biggest retailers in America. Home Depot, Target, Lowe's, TJX, Walmart, Ross, BJ's. That's going to give us a pretty good idea of how healthy the American consumer really is. And remember, consumer spending is a huge piece of the U.S. economy. Tuesday morning starts with Home Depot. Wall Street is expecting approximately $4.73 in earnings per share on $47.2 billion in revenue. But I'm less interested in whether they beat by a few pennies. I'm listening to management. What are they saying about housing? What are they saying about consumers? What are they saying about tariffs? And most importantly, what does guidance look like? If Home Depot gives us strong numbers and strong guidance, we could potentially see strength spill into Lowe's ahead of its Wednesday earnings. That's something I'm watching closely. Wednesday could be the biggest trading day of the week. Before the bell, Target, Lowe's, Analog Devices, TJX, and several others report. But then, at 2 p.m. Eastern, the Federal Reserve releases the minutes from its July meeting. At that meeting, the Fed kept rates at 3.50% to 3.75%. The minutes give us more detail about what Fed officials were thinking. I'm watching for 3 things: inflation, the labor market, and future interest rate policy. If the minutes sound dovish, we could see technology and growth stocks catch a bid. If they're more hawkish than expected, watch Treasury yields, because rising yields could put pressure on technology. And the next actual FOMC meeting isn't until September 15th and 16th, so Wednesday's minutes could help shape expectations for that meeting. Thursday is another huge morning. Walmart reports, Alibaba reports, Deere reports. Walmart might actually give us the most important consumer report of the week. Wall Street expects roughly $186.9 billion in revenue, and the options market is pricing approximately a 4.8% move. Here's what's interesting. Last earnings, Walmart moved about 7.3% lower. So there's definitely potential for the actual move to exceed expectations. I'm listening for Walmart's commentary on tariffs, consumer spending, food inflation, e-commerce, advertising, and guidance. Now let's talk geopolitics, because this is something traders cannot ignore right now. The biggest situation I'm watching is Iran and the Strait of Hormuz. Negotiations remain stalled and shipping through Hormuz remains disrupted. Brent crude is around the upper $80 range. Why does that matter? Because higher oil eventually works its way through the economy. Transportation costs rise, manufacturing costs rise, gas prices rise, inflation can rise, and suddenly the Fed has a bigger problem. So if you see oil suddenly ripping this week, pay attention. That could eventually spill directly into SPI and QQQ. Russia plus Ukraine. We also still have escalation between Russia and Ukraine. Russia launched new strikes this weekend while Ukraine continued drone attacks into Russia. There's also uncertainty surrounding Black Sea shipping. That matters for commodities, particularly grain and energy. So we're keeping that on the radar. Now the fun part. My top 5 earnings volatility setups. I'm specifically looking for names where a big stock move could potentially create an outsized options return. That does not mean I'm predicting these calls will make 100%. There's no guarantee. And buying options blindly before earnings is one of the fastest ways to learn what IV crush feels like. Number 5. Walmart, WMT. Thursday morning, extremely important report. But Walmart normally isn't a massive mover. So I rank the market importance extremely high, but the probability of getting a crazy call option return lower than some of our other names. Number 4. Home Depot, HD Tuesday morning. We've got earnings plus housing data. I particularly like watching Home Depot's reaction because it can give us clues for lows the following morning. Number 3. Analog Devices, ADI, Wednesday morning. Now we're getting into semiconductors, and you know we're paying attention to chips. We're only about a week away from NVIDIA earnings. If Analog Devices gives us strong semiconductor commentary and the chip sector catches momentum, ADI options could get interesting quickly. Number 2. Alibaba, BABA, Thursday morning. You've got China, AI, cloud, e-commerce, and geopolitical exposure. That's a recipe for volatility. A big earnings surprise plus strong cloud or AI commentary could create a serious move. Number 1. Target, TGT. Wednesday morning. This is probably my favorite pure earnings volatility setup of the week. Target is directly exposed to consumer spending. Margins, tariffs, competition, guidance, and Wall Street sentiment toward the entire retail sector. If Target surprises significantly in either direction, the options could move fast. Again, I'm not blindly buying calls Tuesday afternoon. I want to see the setup. So, family. This week I'm watching Target, Alibaba, Analog Devices, Home Depot, Walmart. But Wednesday is circled on my calendar. We've got earnings in the morning, then the Fed minutes at 2 p.m., and all week long we're watching oil and geopolitical headlines. Remember, the goal isn't to trade everything that moves. The goal is to identify the best opportunity, manage our risk, and execute when the market gives us confirmation. Because over here at New Black Wall Street, the plug is information. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with somebody who's trying to understand what's moving the market this week. I'll catch y'all in the next one, from the block to the stocks.